Sturmy, and we're in a match between Serious Gaming Avec and Ice Climbers Toxic, who used to be supported by Fatality, actually, an American gamer I'm sure you all know, but are currently representing his old clan, Ice Climbers, a notorious clan. And already off the bat, we've got Avec with 150 armor. I'm with him at the moment. He took the red and also the yellow at the top of Plasma, got himself on a railgun. He's missing an LG, a lightning gun, and these three weapons in Quake, as he just gets railed, actually. Nice rail from Toxic, hitting the first maybe crucial shot. But getting the rocket, the LG and railgun are the three kind of core weapons to any match. And look at this. Even though he's got everything he needs, he's lost a lot of armor, Avec. I'm going to switch over to Toxic, as Avic's now down to 50 armor. Toxic did take some damage as well. Just missed the jump over to yellow. And I've got to say, we are going to see these guys fight for the next red armor. So Toxic being a little bit passive, and I'm not sure that was a very odd route to want to get back into red. I don't think he knew how hurt Avec was after the 3 railguns, but he's let Avec have the red. And this could mean trouble for Toxic over by Mega, because Mega's up. Toxic can't get in on it. You're going to see that's Mega just spawning down there by the light patched area where he spammed a rocket. Avic's going to try and take it. It's one rail. Avec going to go aggressive now. Toxic hits another one. And already, if you look at Toxic's accuracies, he's hit a 71% railgun. So you can already say, 1 minute 30 in, he's definitely got his aim on. But Avic's definitely really well here, Sturmy.
Yeah, I mean, Toxic had a really rough start, I would say, but he used his aim at his advantage. He hit pretty much every rail shot right there, especially when Alex was attacking the red armor. And now he's pretty much trying to play the more defensive game.
That's it. And look at that. Avec is exactly what I said about Avec at the beginning of the game, is like he's able to turn on the aggression. He just knew Toxic would be somewhere near that teleporter looking for a defensive exit. Some players do that on ZTN. They wait by the teleporter. Enemy comes, jump through the teleporter. After it, you've got a few exits. Avec comes in, really aggressive, gets the kill. And now they're exchanging some damage as well. So Toxic looking to go aggressive off the off getting fragged, as he has lost out on the first one. Avec actually doing some damage to himself with the plasma gun to take one of those 25 health bubbles, stopping Toxic from getting any health. And that's really wise, because Toxic is currently down to 54 health. That means he can die in one railgun, and that could have been the rail. And Toxic lucky not to get hit by Avec there. He had a line or a shot, but didn't manage to connect. Sturmy, you play a very good defensive game. You play a very good long-range game. You've thrown in a lot of new things into your game style, but this is a style that you're very good at, a defensive play. What does Toxic need to do on the defense to get Avec off the map?
Okay, on this map, Toxic right now needs.
All right, guys, sorry about that. We'll be joining the game here in just a couple of seconds. We did get dropped for the call, or from the call, but we are going to be right back in it right now. So take it away, Too Good, Slasher, and Sturmy.
Yeah, thanks. All right, yeah, so welcome back. Now I know what it feels like to do an MLG event. I love it. Technical problems. I'm not used to it because I'm so used to DreamHack. But all right, so here we go. 6-0 in favor of av3k. We are back. Sorry, I've missed some of the game. I was just trying to make sure that we actually got Skype working again. We could maybe blame Microsoft, but who knows. So toxjq actually doing something that he hasn't done in this game, which is completely destroy av3k with some aim. And there he comes, gets himself a nice LG kill, finally gets himself on the board. That's a 40% LG that's toxjq hit, another railgun. And this does mean that toxjq can be on a big comeback. Now, to explain, oh my God, could have been on a big comeback, but instead he eats big uranium slugs and goes down. But av3k is hurt, 37 HP. Mega's going to spawn. He's looking a little bit careful that toxjq might come back in, but he does know that toxjq didn't have any core weapons to attack. And av3k is going to clean up the map. And clean up the map just means taking pretty much every important item that there was available. So av3k, despite losing that frag to toxjq's LG, he got right back in it. And that's going to be a huge miss for toxjq because ZTN, when you have a player in control as strong as av3k or toxjq, whoever gets control, it's super tough to get them off. So I'm not sure about toxjq's chances now. With only 3 minutes on the board, as av3k's going to look to clean this one up as well. As long as he doesn't get out-aimed, got to be slightly careful. And he picks up the kill and gets a mega as well. So, Sturmy, I don't know if you were watching the game or just on Skype as well, but what have you made so far from the performance of av3k and toxjq?
I just think that toxjq right now, at least in this game, he didn't play at his current level. I mean, I think he's capable of doing much more, and I think he was a little bit too shaky, didn't take the right decisions. I mean, he was always late for our power-ups. He was always scared to make any sort of decision. I hope that after this game, at least, he's going to be a little bit more, calm and ready to, play at his best.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he's able to do. But toxjq is back in control, and 6 frags is not now impossible for toxjq to be able to pick this one up. He's just got just over 2 minutes. He's looking for av3k. av3k at the moment only got about 75 armor from a yellow and shards, and toxjq hits a nice rocket to railgun combo, and there's another railgun. One more will finish av3k, and av3k playing with toxjq but gets punished for it. And toxjq, look at that! Rocket off the spawn, rocket jump up, gets the kill, and he's in position to get the red. This is hugely important that he gets down to Mega. He's only got 1 rocket available, takes Mega, and a 4 frag difference. The game is on, and toxjq has finally found some speed, some wind in his sails. He's definitely picked up some pace, and oh my God, I didn't even see. How did he even see that? How did he? What the hell is going on, man? toxjq is shooting invisible av3ks, and invisible av3ks are dying right now. It's impossible, these shots. I do not know what's going on. And toxjq is like, oh, by the way, I was just joking. I am really good at Quake. I was just making you think I was as good as Slasher for the first 7 minutes, but this is how I normally play. 2 frags are difference. av3k has got to be sweating because all the control he just had is being taken away from him, and it looked easy. No, it didn't look easy. It looked impossible, but he made it look easy.
Well, it looked pretty easy for toxjq. I mean, especially right now, toxjq has red armor timing. He has 2 yellow to work with, but at least he's gonna take 1 for sure, and then he's gonna probably move forward and try to make the mega secure.
Oh!
Wow.
Jesus!
Wow!
av3k tries to rocket jump out from the pit of death that would have been, and actually finds himself killed. And he's not even aware of how fast toxjq is, and this is why we call him the Terminator. Seriously, it's like he's chasing you, and you're in that, you're in the car, you're trying to get away, and toxjq is just chasing. He takes the lead. 30 seconds left. Oh, he's got to be careful though. av3k just got av3k is such a nice spawn for av3k, and toxjq has to be so careful now because he's got. This is a risk. Okay, so av3k got the LG, which meant that toxjq couldn't contest for the Mega. He's just rocket jumped to RA. He's only got 15 health. av3k misses the railgun. 1 railgun will finish it.
Oh,
he goes for LG. toxjq takes the frag with rockets. He picks up the 2 health bubbles. He says GG and not even a sweat. And toxjq comes back to beat serious gaming av3k. And look at the accuracy differences there. You've got toxjq on 37%. av3k on 24. av3k had the map for 7 minutes. toxjq took 1 crucial frag and let it go with a double rail. and then he just turned into toxic. I don't know what happened. He probably
Awesome play.
Yeah. You don't see comebacks like that very often, but you do, I guess, when toxic are in tournaments, because that's why people consider him one of the best, if not the best in the world.
For 7 minutes, av3k had
All
full
right, guys.
control
So we're
of
gonna
the
get this
stuff
next
because
game started for you in just a couple of seconds. But in the meantime, I hope you are all enjoying Quake. And Slasher and Sturmy, why don't you guys go ahead and tell us about this next map, and also, are we already switching players up? Is that what just happened, Rod?
No, that was only map 1.
Okay, all right. So yeah, go ahead and take it away, Slasher, and kind of tell me what's going on.
Well, that was an unbelievable comeback by Toxic. I mean, av3k actually let that same thing happen, I think, against Cooler or Cypher on ZTN in a tournament a few months ago, and he let that lead be knocked down and just let it go. And now we have Toxic taking basically just warm-up mode.
Yeah, but something I wanted to mention before is that av3k had full control of at least 7 minutes and a half. I mean, I wouldn't really thought that Toxic would come back after. I mean, he wasn't playing as he did, I guess, in the last 2 minutes, but just because you know, he had so much I don't know, he was down for so long, and then right all of a sudden, after a really great frag, he just got back into the game and managed to spawn frag av3k so many times. I think it was a really great play.
And now we are going to go live on 27, so the third map will be Hub. If av3k is able to take this. av3k with the red spawn, and with Toxic actually gets the yellow spawn, and he actually must have gotten grenades and jumped down.
Really unfortunate right there.
Yeah, why do you think he did that?
Well, because okay, if you spawn a grenade launcher in on T7, you should always go back in the central room and take a look if the guy spawned there or the red armor. Instead, Toxic just jumped down and actually didn't really took care of that. He just you know, assumed that av3k would probably spawn at Mega Health.
And it seems like Toxic was able to pick up red anyway, even with that. So now pretty even, and Toxic was able to take that one rail, though. That's going to allow av3k to take position over this Mega, and Toxic's not going to fight for it.
No, Toxic is the sort of player on T7 that is probably going to try and wait around, don't make any noise, and you know, try to play the positional game. Right now, it was kind of unfortunate to probably lose this red armor, and I don't know. I mean, Mega is gonna be up in 18 seconds. Toxic right now is not in a really good position, but he needs to at least try to pick up one of the 2 yellow armor and start from there.
Well, all that LG helps a lot when av3k is going to miss 2 rails, so he's able to do a decent amount of damage, but without this 50 up, and he's just going to try to sit here and get timing on this red. He is going to finally get timing on it and be able to pick up that Mega, so Tox has to be really careful. Doesn't want to go down too many frags early.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, I don't know. I stopped talking with av3k, but I mean, he needs to go back, get back into the game. He needs to at least get a decent timing of one of the 2 main items, which is red armor and Mega Health on this map. And right now, he's picking up too many frags from. I mean, he's dying too much, and I don't know. He's really strong when he plays on the upper level with railgun and shaft. Maybe he's gonna try and use his aim at his advantage like he always did, like right now, for example.
Well, Tox is keeping av3k up there, but av3k was able to get away and hit 1 rail, so now Tox is going to be able to chase, and he does anyway. Eats a second pretty easy rail there from av3k. It's going to allow him to get red and both yellow for free. Mega's not coming up for a while, and I think just to try to do some damage here before that next item spawns, but he's not getting anything right now.
No, he's not, but right now he has Mega Health spawns in 4 seconds. He's probably gonna go away from it and stay at red armor and trying to defend it and take it, because av3k is gonna be he didn't position himself really well there. I think he didn't have any time on red armor.
Well, av3k in complete control right now, up 5-0, 3 minutes. And just wanted to clarify for everyone too, there are item timers on the left-hand side of the game. Only spectators see those timers. That is for everyone at home to know when the major item is going to come up. The players do not see those timers. They do have to time everything in their head.
Correct.
And that's very difficult.
Yeah, it is really difficult, especially because it's really tough to keep timing on all these different items and at the same time focus on you know, weapons and maybe enemy position and also your own position. So there is a lot of factors when playing QUAKELIVE that you have to take into account. It's not just not only playing, you know, the usual first-person shooter and, you know, just shoot around and trying to kill your enemy, but it's there are so many things to take care of, and that's why Quake is one of the best, actually, in my opinion, the best game for one-on-one competitions.
Avik deciding to delay that red, but Toxic was able to see that time anyway. Mega gonna be coming up now. Toxic trying to just defend with LG and Rail, but decides to leave that for Avik as he had the much greater stack and couldn't take that fight. Toxic doesn't have time on this red, but is just kind of just gonna chill. He probably wants to get these other yellows and then make a move.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect position for you know, showing the Toxic style that I told you guys about before. He's probably just gonna play pretty passive here, trying to take advantage of you know, his position and use the rail and lighting gun weapons at his advantage. He's probably not gonna go and attack any item. He's just gonna wait for you to jump on it and probably, you know, do damage from far away.
And they trade rails. Avik still with the stack. Toxic can't afford to trade rails, but a nice rocket first from Toxic, then from Avik. So any advantage that Toxic had was quickly negated. It's going to allow Toxic to jump back and get that yellow and that red. Toxic has 1 health right now. There are no 25 bubbles up.
Yeah, this is not good. I mean, it would have been better if Toxic died right there because, you know, he would have spawned again with maybe, you know, under health and start from there again. And now he's just stuck to, you know, just run around the map for probably at least 40 seconds more without, well, now he died, but you know what I meant.
Yeah, Toxic not even realizing Avik was up there trying to go for that Mega. Avik playing bait pretty well, getting another spawn frag. Still with this yellow up 2. So 7 frag lead. We saw what just happened the last time he had that. It doesn't seem like Avik is going to give up the same that he did on CTN though.
No, Avik is playing really strong, not giving him enough space to Toxic to actually play around with his, you know, aim. But I mean, 8 frags lead, 4 minutes left is still doable in this map. You just need to, like right now, for example, Toxic has a good chance to get back into the game, even if Avik just pick up the Mega Health. Right now, he just needs to play and not rush too much. You know, he needs the weapons because right now he doesn't have the right weapons to attack, even if he's Toxic.
Yeah, and Avik doing a lot of damage there. Toxic might have gotten that kill and brought it back to 8-1, but Avik with some nice defensive LG and rail. Now he has more health, going to catch Toxic up on that high ground, trying to wait for the red. And that's going to give him a 9 frag lead, 3.5 minutes to go. What does Toxic have to do, if anything, to try to come back?
It's always tough to say, you know, something like that because every player has his own style. But when you're 10 frags down and 3 minutes left, you need to get at least 1 decent frag and then try to. Wow, that's an awesome rocket. But yeah, I was saying that you need to at least have a nice item cycling. I mean, you need to remember which armor spawns first and at least have a decent time of, you know, at least 1 mega health or red armor, and then try to pick up as many frag as possible and try to be aggressive because you can't lose time, you can't waste time just waiting the items around. So you need to have a good idea also where the enemy is gonna go and you know, the positions and so many different things.
Now, Toxic doing some decent damage here, but he's not getting any of the items, so any of that that he's doing is negated, and even more so, Avik is picking up more health and armor than Toxic is doing damage. Now, with only 2.5 minutes to go, it is looking rather bleak. Toxic basically has to make a move within the next 15 seconds and then get very lucky off of spawns.
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate that both players had, I would say, you know, a bad start. I mean, Toxic and Avec spawn pretty much on the same side of the map, and Toxic, probably because of his experience in the game, didn't really look around and made sure that Avec wasn't in the same area as him. So Avec took advantage of that, kill him, and pretty much took you know, the whole map control.
Yeah, so Avic's going to win this pretty handily. Gives Toxic another minute and a half to try to entertain us with air rockets, though, and that's always great, no matter how much time is left in the game. And then we're going to see Aerowalk at Hub as the third map, last map. I think it's fitting that we see Hub generally as the most like spec of all the Quake maps because of its fast pace, and it's also has old school roots. Maybe ZTN too, but I think Aerowalk, just because of how high scoring it is, usually favored a little bit more. So what do you think going to the final map?
Well, I think Aerowalk, it's pretty awesome decider map between these two players. Of course, you know, Toxic has his own unique style there. We're gonna see him railing pretty much from everywhere, and also taking advantage of the spawns on that map, while Avec is probably gonna try and time red armor, mega health, and you know, try to take advantage of the weapons position, because as you're gonna see later on the map, the ray gun, it's so important, but it's also so in a position where it's really easy for you know, the player in control to, you know, pretty much deny it to his enemy.
Now just some ending frags of this map, 20 seconds to go. 14 to -1, pretty much a rout for Avec here. Toxic going to try to pull him back down to 0, and he will before this game is over, and he might try to get that 1 frag, as you usually like to get 1, not have 0 at the final end. And seconds tick down, Avic's going to get the frag instead. 15 to 0, second map goes to Avec. Aerowalk is coming up.
Yeah, great map, I would say. I mean, it's a map that was used to play in, you know, in the Quake 3 tournaments, and now he's back in QUAKELIVE since I would say last year. It's a legendary map. Everybody loves it, so it's gonna be a great match.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good to see. I want to see Toxic on Aerowalk just because of how, you know, aim heavy, as Too Good was saying, that he can be, and how aim heavy of a map Aerowalk can be. Because if you just hit your rails off of the spawns and you hit your rockets, you know, coming up those stairs from red, you're pretty much gonna win. There's nothing that you could really do. You could get 15 frags in a row. It's only in 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, one more important thing that viewers need to understand, and if the guy here goes down by 6 frags, it's really easy to come back. But now we're back in the game, and Toxic again didn't really have a good start. It was kind of unfortunate, but hopefully managed to, you know, at least take this red armor.
Well, he's hit 2 of the rockets, not direct though, so Avec is just gonna wait there to see if he's gonna peek out, try to get this red, and Avec is probably just gonna sit there for a while.
Yeah, he has nothing to lose right now. I mean, it's Toxic that needs to make the move.
Ooh.
Wow, what a rocket!
Yeah, Toxic with a little bit of unlucky hit the top edge, going over, and now Toxic's gonna have low health. Does hit 1 rail that Mega's gonna spawn. He can't really challenge here. Toxic is gonna have to run away, and that allows Avec to get that yellow as well. So Avec with the green, the yellow, and Mega, he's gonna try to go in for attack now.
Yeah, Toxic right now needs to make as much damage as possible. The Airwalk is one of these maps that you need at least to make sure that you hit a couple of rails, and even if you play defensive with the yellow armor, which unfortunately we haven't seen Toxic going there yet, because he always tried to defend himself with the red armor. You need to, when you need to go back to the yellow, try to play a little bit more defensive, but you need to make sure that you hit your shots. But now Mega Health is out, and Avec made a real big mistake from Avec. Right now it's a turning point for Toxic. He definitely needs to hit his shot. That's really good, and now Toxic is back in control.
Yeah, some great rails there from Toxic. I thought he might have actually lost it as he ended up missing 2. And Avec hitting 1, but getting back, that allows him to get that red. Is going to have recontrol of this map, and maybe try to make Avec not get this yellow, but he is going to anyway. So Avic's going to try to not take any damage here before this red and Mega come up.
Yeah, Avek did a really great move there. He moved to red armor while Mega Health was up at the same time, so he stole red armor from Toxic, and now he's in a really good position because he can defend himself. He has iron ground control, and Toxic really needs to make a move because Avek now has weapons. I mean, he has rocket launcher and he has a ray gun, so he can even hit rails from far away like he did right now. And you know, he has a good position, but yeah, better position than Toxic right now. So. I wouldn't say that Avek is in control. I mean, red armor is up, but Toxic has enough time to move on and probably take the Mega Health for now.
Yeah, well, those rockets that Toxic hit as Avik was going across the Mega platform and that rail does help Toxic, you know, in this position that allowed him to get that Mega. He's going to try to pick up this yellow. Doesn't want to be sniped from Avik. Avik does have him in a good position, and he's going to allow Toxic misses the jump, and he actually gets a nice shot as his last rocket. He is going to go down here. So not the best of moves there from Toxic.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he missed the jump, and then he found himself probably in a position that he didn't really want to. But, I mean, it's still 7 minutes left. Toxic can pull out anything, really. Mega Health is out right now. He needs to hit his shot, at least one rail, but he didn't. So he's back in the... it's not really good for him because Avek has full control right now. As you can see from the left side of your screen, red armor is gonna spawn in 3 seconds, but Avek was waiting for the yellow armor on the other side of the map, so he pretty much took everything on the map, and Toxic is in a really bad position.
Yeah, so we should watch Toxic, because playing defensive on Airwalk is one of the hardest things to do, I would say, in all of Quake. We infamously saw Cypher play defensive against Cooler for 3 to 4 minutes to send a game into overtime that allowed Cypher to finally win. Oh, and Toxic barely missed getting that Mega. He did so much damage for Avik, did exactly what he needed to, and Avik hit that rail just before he was able to pick it up.
Yeah, crucial moment right there. I mean, Avik managed to hit the right shot, and now Toxic is back in, you know, really not good, really not in a good position.
Oh, and Toxic, you know, not a great position there, not getting any damage off of that spawn. You want to do as much damage as you can off of the spawns because you don't have a lot of opportunities otherwise.
Yeah, but also, I mean, if the guy actually managed to, you know, realize where you're gonna spawn and try to spawn frag you, you need to make as much damage as possible because this sort of map, I mean, you can get back and you can get kills easily. So as long as when you're not in control, you don't get too many kills. Then when you're back in control, you need to make, you know, as much kills as possible and try to take advantage of that.
And Avik with some more great rails there, and even a rocket as Toxic was jumping down from that walkway. Toxic is going to have to hit more of these rails. Right now, Avik with the 45% rail and Toxic with 39. He's going to have to get it up to Avik's level. 2 nice rails there by Toxic, and another rocket and a rail. So he has Avik really low, but Avik was still able to pick up that red, another rail from Toxic. So he's doing a ton of damage onto Avik, but Avik is playing the map perfectly and getting all the armors and 25s.
Yeah, unfortunately for Tox right now, there aren't many health left. So he's stuck at the yellow armor area with nothing to work with, and he's probably gonna get killed really soon. But he's hitting pretty much every rail. So now Avik managed to steal the Mega Health from Toxic again. And there's
relentless,
just, yeah.
relentless, not giving Avik anything. And this is where Toxic has to get this red, and a nice play there from Toxic, gets the frag and is gonna get the red. You know, Avik had a chance to deny Toxic red there and do some damage, but Toxic's probably gonna get a spawn frag here. As long as he doesn't eat too many nades, sometimes you get over aggressive and you get bounced up.
Yeah, he needs to play a little bit more cautious now. He has really good control. Mega Health is up. Don't take too much damage. Take it, go away, and try to keep the control and get as many frags as possible, but at the right situation.
Ooh, and Avik is low, but Toxic doesn't want to die here, and Tox with a beautiful rail through the grate. It's going to allow him to get red. Avik is going to elect to go to rail, and he might not be able to get yellow because of it. See how fast Tox reacts? No, he's going to allow Avik to get rail yellow, but hits 2 rails anyway, and Avik is back down to below 80 health. Can't take one more.
Yeah, and right now Toxic is still in a really good spot. Unfortunately, Red Armor and Mega spawn at the same time, so Toxic right now needs to make a move.
All right, guys, Skype seems to be giving us issues, but have no fear. We will get put back in that Skype call in just a matter of seconds. And give me 1 second. Should be back now. Let me get back into the game. And there we go. We're getting...
Impressive. 1 minute warning.